Hey Hero fans, this is Todd. So today we're going to open up this cool cartoon version She-Ra, and I'm pretty excited about this figure. She does look pretty cool. But before we jump into this figure, let's just go ahead and look at some of the She-Ras from Origins from the past. So many people have had questions about She-Ra's knees, and I made a whole entire video on it. And basically the first release She-Ra's had the old style knee. I don't have one to show you right now. I think I do in this box. Let me open this cool She-Ra here. I don't think I've replaced this one yet, so I wanted to keep it original. Yes, she has the old stinky knees. You can see there how the knees look. Let me grab an extra light to throw it on there. And you can see she has the old fat knees. Now the new one has the new nice knees. But we had one in between these ones, which also had the old knees. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to show you, but here's what I had to do is I replaced her knees with the Sorceress's knees. You can see the skin tone is slightly different. Now, in the new She-Ra, they have on the belt here, you can see the pattern. On the one with the old knees, it's a much tighter pattern. So you can see how these are larger squares and these are much smaller squares. Same with the top of her tiara. You can see here on the new one, it's got a much looser design with larger chunks, and the original one with the old knees, it has a much smaller, tighter design on it. So that's how you can spot. Another thing you can spot is on the old knees, they're actually golden color plastic as opposed to yellow. So you can see here that we have, it's more golden color. This is the old knees. The yellow one is the new knees. You can see it in the swords especially. Golden, old knees, yellow, new knees. You can see golden, old knees, yellow, new knees. So that's how you can also spot is the color difference in the weapons, the belt, the shield, and on the tiara. All right, well, with that, let's go ahead. Oh, before I do, I want to show you guys my cool She-Ra custom. Here is my cool She-Ra Origins custom that I have put together. And I purposely made her in such a way that she's a mixture of the different She-Ras, and then I got some custom parts to put on her too. But one thing that always bothered me about this Origins She-Ra is the itty-bitty sword they gave her. Now, it does match her, don't get me wrong, and it was kind of cool. But in the cartoon, we saw that the sword was supposed to be the same size. Basically, it's same size as He-Man's sword, but just has a jewel in it, and you can see this is not the same size sword. In fact, if you put this sword in He-Man's hands, it just looks like some kind of little dagger, one of those little ninja swords. Ho, 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 as opposed to a huge, giant, long sword of some sort, or medium sword. So it just looks weird. So I designed these custom swords a long time ago. Here they are for my He-Man figures. And they're the same size as the ones that came with, but it looks more like classics. And then after I made this sword, I went ahead and made a She-Ra version, dun, 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 which is the exact same size. And one cool feature about the She-Ra sword is the blue piece is actually see-through, if you can see that or not. So you can actually... So if I had a light behind there, hold on a second. I'll have He-Man look behind there. Whoop. So you can see that it's see-through behind there. I'll take something black, then you can see it. Erp, 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 erp. So that's kind of a cool, fun design making that. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and open up this She-Ra. Nope, not this She-Ra. This one right here has cool rooted hair too. Ooh, ah, look at that. Anyway, this was a special edition one. She is cool except for the knees. I didn't want to replace the knees. I was going to, but then I realized it would take away the value of the figure. And while we're talking about She-Ra, oh, look at this She-Ra figure. This is one of my favorites. She is so cool. Oh, my light's dying. Let's change out that light. Now, this giant She-Ra here, the 12-inch She-Ra, you can see she's quite a bit bigger. She is actually from Mondo, and she came with different heads, or actually different hairs, and you can change the hairstyle, different swords. The sword is amazing, and all different kinds of accessories. And she just is one beautiful figure, nice flowing cape. Awesome. See, here's the other sword right here. Oh. And it's cool too because it actually goes through her hair in order to get the sword out. Mondo, you guys did an amazing job on that She-Ra. Anyway, let's go ahead and open up this She-Ra here, the Filmation version. Filmation She-Ra. Now, we actually did get a Filmation She-Ra in the past from Super 7 in the 5.5 size. Here it is right here. And she came with a nice shield and sword that was pretty cool looking. But I just never really liked the face on this She-Ra. That face is just kind of weird looking. Maybe it's the shine. It's too shiny for me. I don't know. I just don't know. But looking at it now, it's not as bad as I remember. But it still always bothered me. But I do like the headdress they had on her. Way better than the headdress that looks like a ring you'd get out of your cupcake as a kid. So way cooler than that. But all right, let's go ahead and open this up. So first of all, it says cartoon collection on the front, and then on the back of the box it shows how you can pose her. Wow, look at that drawing. That's amazing. And it comes with other figures that shows in the line. Ram Man and Mantena and She-Ra. You know what? I realized I've gotten all of them now. Where is that Mantena? Oh, I threw him on the floor somewhere. Maybe he's in the other room. There he is. Oh, but I'll be opening up Mantena soon, so we'll be checking that out. And here I kept saying I'm not going to get any of the Filmation figures, and here I got all three of these ones for different reasons. Because of reasons. All right, let's open her up. I love the new box art. Look at that. Look at that. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the universe. It's a shame opening this up. The card art looks amazing. It's got Castle Grayskull with yellow and reds all behind it. It's so cool. Ugh. All right, first we got a comic. And that comic looks amazing. Whoever did the artwork on this did a really good job. Horde Invasion. Look how cool that looks. Cool, cool, cool. I will put it in my stack of comics right over here. One more to add to the massive pile of Origin comics. Let's see how far she separates. You can take off her boots, her skirt, her arms, and her head. And it looks like about it. There we go. Let's talk about her accessories. If I can get them out of there without destroying them. All right, she does come with a sword that's much longer, but you can see it does bend pretty easy. I'm going to have to hot water this thing. Let's compare it to the Filmation Classics, not Filmation Origin sword. And you can see, yeah, it's different. And of course, we saw in the cartoon it was the exact same, so I'm not sure which one's closer to the cartoon. I'm guessing this style was probably pretty close to the cartoon. Then she has her Filmation shield. So cool. What we seen in the cartoon, she never had both at once. It was sword to shield and then return to the shield. But that's okay. We'll put them both on. She has a nice rubbery cape here that's attached around her neck, just like the classics did. And then let's talk about articulation. We have ankle articulation. We have a boot cut. We have a single jointed knee. We have upper hip movement. We have a waist that turns. We have shoulder movement. We have a single jointed elbow. It's not frozen. Hey. And then we have wrist articulation, up and down on the sword hand, and left and right on the other hand. Perfect. So she can hold her sword aloft very easily by just rotating it like that, and she can yell, "I am She-Ra!" Which, of course, is what every kid wanted to do with the old figures, which you could never do because they didn't have that wrist articulation there. All right. She does sport some muscle tone, which is really cool. I like that. Not too much, but not too little. And her head also moves as well. Now, looking at this figure, as you guys know, I was very unhappy with the way they did Teela's head. But I got to tell you, they did an amazing job on her head. I think that looks spectacular. Beautiful. Look at that. And then, of course, her hair reminds me of the frosting on a zinger. Oh, and I think they did a really good job. Her face is not too small on her head, and it looks really good. Amazing. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with this figure. I think it's really cool. I really like the gold accents. They made them actually look goldish, which is, you guys know, is one of my pet peeves. Let me go ahead and pull out this Teela figure just because it drives me crazy. Teela. Well, here's the Filmation one. This one I fixed the hair on, but just look at the face difference, though. And you can just see the quality difference. The She-Ra just looks so much more attractive than the She-Ra looks so much more attractive than Teela in the way they designed the faces, in my opinion. All right. Where is that Teela body? Nope, not this one, even though I did give her a new head. All right, I found that Teela body. It's missing her head because I put her head on this body here. But you can see here, these are supposed to be gold, these yellow accents. And look at the difference in the coloring. Where this actually looks gold, this looks yellow. And so I think they did a much better job making the gold look to it. Good job, Mattel. Way better than the yellow that we got with Teela. Even the even the tiara on her head has more of a golden color to it than just the yellow. The yellow. Let's take a look here and compare it to the other She-Ras of the past. Yeah, I think this gold is the best from all the Teelas, because this one's too orange. Too orange. This one's too yellow. Too yellow. This one is perfect. They nailed it. I am really happy with that. Anyway, so there is the new She-Ra. She-Ra. And I am extremely happy with this She-Ra. I think they did an excellent job. I'm not planning on collecting a lot of Filmation Origins figures, but this one's going to go in my box as my normal She-Ra, and I think they did a really cool job. I'm going to go and toss my custom sword on there just to see what it looks like. So I've not decided which way I'm going to go. And you know what? Even though I love my custom sword, I think I'm going to keep the sword she came with. And look, they made it the same length almost as my custom sword, which is funny. So it's pretty close to what I was designing, just a different shape. Beautiful figure. Mattel, awesome job. So cool. Now we need a swift wind. Mattel, make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. She could easily ride a swift wind. They got slits on the side right here for her legs to go up. So you could stick her on a horse. Super easy. That's going to be cool. You know what? I should just put her right here on the same pedestal on my shelf. Just stick her right there. That could be cool. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I mean, the sword's very similar in design, too. Look at that. Look at that. All right, that is all that I have. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next video, and good journey. Hey, stay standing.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it!